and welcome back to A Better You by your host, Fernanda Ramirez. I first want to say thank you so much for clicking on today's episode. I have missed you so much, and if you have missed me, I am so sorry for my absence. Thank you for giving me another chance here, clicking on this episode, being curious in my life, and hopefully enjoying this episode. I am very excited to catch up with you guys as an old friend, as like your friend that like someone commented this on my YouTube video and they were like, Fernanda's like the ex that ghosts you that you welcome with open arms whenever they come back. And you know what? It's showing up a mirror to myself and I'm embarrassed. I'm trying to make light of the situation, but it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I've been gone for so long. In reality, when I was thinking about this episode that I was going to film after so long from having a little hiatus, I was thinking about what I should post and I have a million ideas. You know, coming up with ideas is not something that is difficult for me. But as I was constructing the perfect episode back, you know, I was like, I want to say I'm sorry. I want to make this whole thing. I want to catch them up. But at the same time, like for the YouTube algorithm, for the podcast algorithm, like, is it great to come back with just me talking about myself and where I've been? Or should I just come back with a fire episode that they're going to be so excited to watch? And that might be more exciting for them than hearing me yap. But my mom, as a fan of my podcast and a consumer of my content, she was like, she's been on my ass, let me just say. But she was specifically like, Fernanda, you cannot just come back and pretend like nothing happened. You need to go back on and say sorry to all the fans, people watching. Because again, she is one of my fans and she is pissed at me. So when you guys are like, Fern, where's the new episode? Just know, not only am I receiving all of your messages, not only am I receiving my own internal voice being like, Fern, get an episode up, but I've also got my mom up in my ear being like, girl, where is the content? So the messages are getting to me. Now, what I want to talk about in this episode, now that you're already here, hopefully, actually, before I start this, I hope that you are well. I hope that you are peaceful. I hope that this year has been amazing. I cannot believe that we are almost at the end of 2025. I hope that this fall season has been great for you or wherever you are. I hope that in this moment you are feeling calm, peaceful, collected, cool. And what I want to say is in this episode, I don't really have a structure for it or a plan for it, but what I want to do is, of course, give my sincere apology. Number 2, maybe give some context for my absence. Number 3, talk about my absence, what I've been doing while I've been away. Just kind of give a little bit of reflection. Honestly, I feel like this podcast is a place where I get to speak my mind, think my thoughts, verbalize my internal experience. And when I haven't been uploading podcast episodes, as I haven't for the past few weeks, I feel like I am backlogged on thoughts and like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like if you have a consistent habit of journaling and word vomiting and like getting your words out, that's kind of like what this podcast is for me. And when I haven't uploaded an episode in a while, that means that I haven't had in-depth thinking, reflection time that is like on video. I haven't done that in a while. So almost the practice feels foreign to me. And as you guys know, when you get out of a habit, it's hard to jump back in. In fact, you start to develop like resistances. And I feel like that is something that has happened to me. I mean, I have been putting off filming this episode because of that. I'm like thinking about all the ways like, where should I do it? Should I film it in my room? Should I film it in my living room? I don't know. Should I get ready first? Oh, but I have this hair appointment, but I have this lip appointment. Wait, but I don't have time. Like, it's like I'm coming up with a million excuses. And literally as I was getting ready, doing my makeup for this episode, I'm like, Fernanda, we need to sit down and have a conversation with what you are avoiding. And if I'm being honest with you, I think there is perfectionism mixed into this. I feel like when you hold yourself to a certain standard, sometimes, especially in creative work, it's hard to just get your work out there. You want to make it perfect. You want to make it be a certain way. You want it to come off a certain way. You want this like comeback to be this grand thing. You want to make it perfect. Like, I'm sure you guys have all struggled with it before. I know that my fam recently just uploaded her podcast and I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw that her first episode was perfectionism is holding you back. And I feel like that's something that I can really relate to this, especially with creative work that you're putting out. I know I just said that, but I'm emphasizing that because putting yourself online is very much a practice of accepting being seen and not caring about what you look like, not caring about what you're putting out there. And it's like, you kind of have to trust the process. You kind of just got to like, I'm not going to say word vomit, but like content vomit out into the internet and let the people receive it. And when you fall out of that habit, it's very scary. It's kind of vulnerable to get back into that. So that is definitely something that I've been feeling. So today I finally just got ready and I was like, hey, we're going to sit down. We're just going to start talking and we're going to get into it. I will say another thing for myself and for my lack of posting is I've been quite busy. I don't want to justify this as an excuse because again, this is my job and I'm so grateful to be able to do this as a living. But something that I've been thinking to myself is that I kind of fell into this career, and that is like doing YouTube full time, having a podcast, not in order to make money, not in order to even make this my career, not even for the free things, for the viewers, for the followers. I genuinely started this path as a hobby of mine. It was something that I love to do. And it was a way to express myself, and I never knew it was going to become my own job. And I feel like the way that I've been able to maintain this as my job and the way that I've been able to find success in this field or this kind of unique path is by holding on to that enjoyment and that love for the hobby. And I know my dad is, thinking logically, always saying to me, like, this isn't a hobby anymore. This is a job. You have to treat it like a job. And I completely understand that. But I think that a reason for why I have found success in this field and the way that I have is because I maintain that like love for it and that like spark for it, and I don't treat it like a job. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword kind of having that mentality. But again, I feel like me posting a lot of content and me creating a lot of content is a byproduct of like me feeling in flow and in alignment with like my life and my creative pursuits. And it all feels like a flowing system. And I was trying to explain this to my friend, but when my job is to post my life, it's very easy to do when my life is going well. And when things in my life suddenly are feeling unstable, suddenly I'm like, I kind of want a little bit more privacy. I kind of want like a little bit more mystery. I kind of want to keep to myself a little bit. I'm kind of not feeling like myself. I'm kind of feeling like I just don't want to be seen. It's really hard to show up online for me because I value authenticity so much, because I value keeping this as something that I enjoy, and because I never want to feel like this is something that I hate doing. I never want to feel like I'm not proud of the content I'm posting. I never want to feel like it's ingenuine. Like I feel like because the content that I put online is so intertwined with my identity, with like my expression, it's like I want everything online that I put out to be a direct reflection of how I feel or of my like story or of my, I don't know, like my growing, my evolution. And so it's like, it's hard to post when you yourself are going through so much change and transition. And if you want to keep it being this reflection of you, not just automating it and monetizing off of it and like asking ChatGPT to make 17 different posts for me to post across all social medias and like pumping out so much content just so I can please the algorithm and to please the people watching. And again, that's such a tricky slope because it's like, again, the people that are watching my videos give me this job and I completely understand that and I completely respect it. And like, I want to provide as much quality content as I can for those people. But at the same time, it feels a little bit like Black Mirror when you take a step back and the people are like mad at you for not posting more or not doing more or not showing up more. And again, I think in this day and age where short form content is just like everlasting. I don't know if that's the right word, but I mean like I could keep scrolling forever, for hours, for days, for years, and the content just keeps coming and people's attention spans are so little. It's like they just want to consume you. And maybe I'm not talking about you directly who's watching this, who probably is like, oh, long time no see for like who's actually like someone that enjoys watching my content. But I feel like there's a difference between like a true like a fan that sees me as like another person versus like someone that's like passively consuming my content and just like annoyed that I'm not posting as much and sees you kind of more as like a video character or like a little character on their screen. It's a little bit like Black Mirror for them to be mad at you for not posting more and just feeling like my expression is so consumable to them and like disposable, and it's just like they're just wanting more and more and more. Whereas in my eyes, I'm like, wait a second, I swear I'm cooking. I swear I haven't been posting as much, but I truly believe that the best kind of creativity, the best kind of output is a reflection of the person's inner world. And when my inner world is like evolving so much and there's so much reflection happening and so many lessons happening, it actually takes time to integrate like those lessons and those experiences to be able to again produce content that is good and that people want to consume and that people actually get inspired by and that it actually changes people. It doesn't just like become content that like fades into the void. At least that's how my mind works. I hope that I'm not just like speaking gibberish or that this isn't making sense, again, I don't really have a script for this. I'm just kind of speaking off of my mind, and I'm almost feeling like I've talked about myself for too long. But again, I personally like the podcast episodes where I get to hear how somebody thinks and like how their brain works. And usually it relates to me as a person as well. Not everybody watching this is a content creator or somebody that posts content online or is like even a creative, but I'm sure you could relate to this if your hobby has ever become your job, or if you are somebody who struggles with perfectionism, or somebody who struggles with like posting online and like fear of being seen, or is actively trying to like work through that and like show up more often, or somebody who's just like going through a lot right now. I want to let you guys know that you are not alone. If in this current moment you are dealing with emotions that feel almost bigger than you, I get you. I am so you, whether that is dealing with heartbreak, whether that is dealing with new relationships, whether that is dealing with friendships, whether that is feeling like lonely, or even things are just amazing, so crazy, so exciting, so busy that you almost don't even have time to reflect. If you have felt like that, I totally understand you. I'm there with you. I also will say, for some technical issues, my camera that I use to film all my videos broke around September. And the fact that it's November, almost going into December, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, wait, it was just September. It's like, girl, what month is it? Let me give you a little bit of a timeline of like what my past few months have been looking like. In September, all was well. I was like, guys, lock in time. I am so ready. I think my last podcast episode I uploaded was like end of August. Then I went to Europe for 2.5 weeks from September to October. Then I came back from Europe, and the next day I had my birthday party. Then I had 1 week to kind of get my life together, and then it was Halloween. And then the day after Halloween, I went to the Dominican Republic. And I was there for a week, and I came back last week. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I have not been chill since September. Like, it's been since September since I felt like, oh, I had like all my appointments. I've had like a really steady routine. I saw my family. Like, I swear I hadn't seen my brother in like 2 months. Like, it was just a weird time warp that I felt like I fell into. So when I broke my camera in September, I've been like trying to get it fixed. It's like sent out to the people. They have not fixed it yet. In the meantime, I got a new camera, which is the camera I'm filming on right now. It was like such a learning curve to learn how to use this camera because it's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, if anybody knows. It's kind of like a digital camera, and I feel like a freaking boomer because I'm like, how do you use this? Like, this is not the camera that I'm used to. So learning the camera was its own thing, and then learning how to edit with this camera was so difficult because you have to learn how to color grade. Anyways, it's been a whirlwind. If you don't mind, let me tell you a little bit about what my travels kind of looked like and what the past few months kind of looked like. The reason why I had went to London in the first place was because I had gotten invited to a brand trip with NYX Professional Makeup, and it was for their collab with the show Bridgerton. It was so exciting. They made such an amazing experience for everyone involved. It was just so much fun. I vlogged the entire thing, and I can't wait to post that London vlog because not only was I there for the brand trip, but I stayed after a few days and like hung out with some of my friends. 2 of them have just recently moved there, so that was so much fun. And again, the brand trip was unreal. We literally got to experience so much, and they planned such an amazing trip. And since I was going for the brand trip, I was like, low key, it's Paris Fashion Week right before. Should I just go for Paris Fashion Week as well? So I did. I went to a few fashion shows. That was also really fun. Also vlogged that. Then I was like, low key, it's my birthday immediately after I'm in London. Should I just like go to another place? So I went to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam was a dream. I did some solo travel. Basically, the whole trip was solo. And last year, right after my breakup, I did a solo trip, and it was literally amazing. It was so needed, and I felt so much freedom. And so I feel like a part of me kind of wanted to replicate that this year. But something that I felt was really interesting is that over the past year, since my breakup, I feel like I've really rooted myself here. I've made some really great relationships. I've fostered some really great connections. And I felt like last year when I was traveling, or even in previous years when I've been traveling, I feel like I might have had this sense of wanting to escape where I was currently, or feeling like there was more out there for me, or like I just wanted to get out. I wanted to be free. I wanted to experience and like do all these things. And I didn't really feel that tethered to home. Therefore, I was like, I literally am just trying to go anywhere for as long as I can. Just get me somewhere. And this year, after all this change and after all this rooting myself and like growing of connections, suddenly honestly, spending so much time alone so far away didn't feel as much of a reward as I thought it was going to feel. Not that it wasn't great, it was amazing, it was so much fun, but suddenly I missed all my people back home significantly more. And in some ways, this feels threatening to my autonomy, to my free spiritedness, because I'm like, oh my God, why do I feel like I miss home so much? Like, I'm supposed to be this free spirit that loves to like travel around the world and like doesn't miss a single thing. And again, although that can be threatening to my desires of freedom, I'm also feeling really blessed that I have so many things back home currently right now that are worth missing, and so many things that I feel very grateful to be around, and so many things that made me so excited to go home. I honestly feel like feeling stronger bonds at home, like wanting to stay here, is more outside of my comfort zone than trying to run away or trying to go on a trip or trying to experience the next big thing. Like, I feel like for the past few years, I've been seeking novelty, and in fact, actually feeling routine and comfort and like a calm nervous system now is actually what's outside of my comfort zone and is the thing that's actually different. So I did feel a little bit of a sense of like, low-key, why am I alone right now when I could not be doing that? But again, I love spending time alone. I think solo travel is so important. I made so many good memories, and I feel like I had so many revelations. I was journaling so much. I feel like doing a solo trip like once a year can be really important to just remember kind of that you can even do it in the first place, as well as like centering yourself into your own energy, kind of experimenting and playing with life, and just seeing like what experiences you get yourself into. Each trip that I went on, like Paris, London, and Amsterdam, were all so different. They all had their own unique vibe to it. I actually turned 24 in Amsterdam as well. And before leaving, again, I felt really excited to go. And a lot of my friends and family were kind of like, are you sure you want to spend your birthday alone? And I was kind of confused why they were confused, because I was like, I feel like it's not a big deal. Like, I already live alone. I feel like it shouldn't be too different. But when I was there, I did feel a little lonely, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, low-key, why does this feel like punishment? Why did I do that to myself? But I felt loved from afar. I got so many sweet messages, so many sweet like acts of kindness from afar. And when I came back, I had a little birthday party with my friends. It was super chill. Honestly, I didn't even want something big this year. I really just wanted to be with like the people that I've spent the most amount of time with over the past few weeks or the past few months, the past year. And I just wanted to feel chill, and I wanted it to be just mature and fun. Guys, I turned freaking 24. The last time you guys heard me on this podcast, I was 23. Can we talk about that for a second? I don't even know if I'm ready to discuss what 24 means to me, because I feel like, considering that my podcast is big on like reflection, you would know that a birthday is a big time for reflection. And I've been writing away in my journal. I made a list of 24 things I learned by the age of 24, and I was debating talking about that in this episode, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that just yet, just because I want this to go up, and I feel like I need to yap a lot for that episode. So I'm like, I'm not sure if it's ready to go up yet, but yeah, I turned 24, guys. And my unk status, I think I might just be. My bones are starting to feel brittle, but I'm feeling more like a woman than I ever have. So it's like, on one hand, I'm feeling like I can't go to the local bars. On the other hand, I'm feeling like a wise goddess, like a woman, like really in my own. Like really, I just feel... I'll give you a quick mini birthday reflection, okay? 23 was, in fact, a year of change, transformation, healing, growing, learning, understanding myself. I said when I was 22 that 23 was going to be the year of figuring out who I am now, and boy, did I do that. 23 was like a year of revelations. Low-key, I was living the entire year in my head, because how do I explain? Like, I always see these TikToks, and it's like when someone asks me how I'm doing, but I don't know how to tell them that I've been like rewiring my nervous system and healing my past traumas and understanding my patterns, but I can't just say that, so I just say that I've been fine. That's kind of how I feel like. It's like the people are asking like, hey, why haven't you posted an episode? Why haven't you done this? Why haven't you whatever? And I'm like, how do I tell you that this past year, I feel like I lived a million lives in 1 year? Like, it was just so much. I genuinely think, it was just like, I'm almost so overthinking about it that I don't even want to think about it. That's how much I thought about it. But I will say, though it took me way too long but actually I'm not going to say way too long. It took just amount of the right time. Though it took me that long to process everything, to kind of rewire certain habits, to unlearn certain patterns, to heal my nervous system, to allow new into my life. Though that took so much of my mental space, I feel like I am moving into 24 like a completely different person. I feel like I have integrated all of the lessons, like not just understood the lessons, but actually integrated them. I feel like I'm able to give more wisdom. I feel like I'm able to give more advice on certain things. I feel like I've recentered with like where I want my career to go, where I want my influence or my inspiration to go in. I have felt more creative than I ever have. I have a million ideas. I have felt more in tune with myself than I ever have. I have felt more in touch with like my own creativity, my own ideas. I have cultivated amazing relationships and bonds, and like it's not a secret. I think I've said it in different podcast episodes and in my YouTube videos before, but like I have been seeing a special somebody, and I feel like my relationship side has made a complete like 180. I feel like I'm in a completely different situation than I was in the past, and it just honors like who I am right now so much better than where I was last year. But again, I don't want to compare situations because it's incomparable, but all I can say is that like I'm feeling almost so good that it has been hard for me to even want to show it or share it because it's so sacred to me. And you know, I just, again, not that I don't want to sound like I'm trying to make excuses because again, it's my job to post, but I just feel like over the past year, I have also been working on boundaries, and I'm trying to create more boundaries around what I share and what I keep to myself. And I think in the past, I have made it the norm for me to overshare, to live constantly online, to prioritize how my life looks over how it feels. And again, over the past year, I've been trying to dismantle a lot of those beliefs. And I feel like it's been a major ego death. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm feeling really good about it now. And hopefully this is all making sense and it's not sounding too cryptic, but I just mean like, I feel like the way I was oversharing and posting and constantly online before, I don't think it was sustainable. And I think that the way that I posted and the way that I talked about things and the way that I was like putting out so much content, it made me be able to be where I am now. Like, there's no way I would be here without that, but I don't think that that is sustainable. And that's also maybe even advice for other creators or even anyone in general. I think that society often glamorizes like hustle culture, boss babe culture, grinding, staying up all night, like ignoring your internal cues, ignoring how you feel. Not to get too into it, but like when I think about me in my past, sometimes when I was like putting out the most amount of content and like my numbers were skyrocketing, like my literal hair was falling out. I was so insecure. I was always like stressed and crying. My cortisol was through the roof. I'm not saying that the past was bad, or I'm not saying that the past was all good. I'm just trying to explain the nuances, right? Like I'm trying to show the full picture. Like it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. It was a lot of sacrifice to be in that place. And I feel like what my 24-year-old woman self is realizing now is that like balance is so important. Your well-being is what's most important. And if like something doesn't feel good, I don't want to just do it for the views or to maintain this, to maintain this type of self when it doesn't serve me anymore. And I guess that's also what 24 is for me. 24 is honoring whatever I feel is true to me in the moment, whatever I desire, whatever is making me feel the best. And like, I feel like at 24, maybe it's the frontal lobe developing, but you're also starting to like think more about like what you truly value and what truly matters to you. And like, I do think that I want to maybe be a little bit more private with some certain things or like value my connections more. Anyways, this is like, I could talk about all this for so long. I feel like even just talking about this right now, I don't know how you are interpreting what I'm saying, but I feel like maybe you can tell that I've had a lot of growth this past year, and that I feel like everything I'm saying, I'm like, I could expand on that. I could expand on that. I could expand on that. Clearly, I have thought about like, I guess all of this for a long time, which is why I'm saying like, I'm so actually excited and inspired to film more podcast episodes because I feel like I have a million things to say that I feel like all these next episodes are going to be so juicy and so filled with goodness and inspiration and happiness. And yeah, so that was a really long-winded, way to explain like kind of where my current state is at. If 23 was the year of growing and change and like learning the lessons, 24 is the year of freaking embodiment, and I'm ready ready to be seen. Also, can I just tell you guys, 2025 was the year of the snake, which was the year of transformation and like going inward. And a lot of people were going through change in their life. I know a lot of my friends were going through breakups. They were like entering new relationships. They were just having a lot of chaos in their lives. And 2026, what a nightmare to say out loud. But 2026 is the year of the horse, which is supposed to be like the year of like actually going for it, the year of expansion, the year of outwards direction, the year of like going for it. If that is what 2026 is like, let me just tell you, that is what 24 is screaming to me. 24 is screaming, I'm ready to be seen. I'm ready to put in the work. I'm ready to hustle. I'm ready to lock in. There is a saying that like you can bring a horse. Okay, I'm going to say this maybe wrong. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, but you can bring a horse to the river, I don't know, to the lake, to the water, to try to force it to drink water. But if it doesn't want to drink water, it won't drink water. Now, why am I bringing that up right now? Because I feel like for the past year or the past few months, even to you guys, when I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I haven't been posting, I feel like I was like just saying it, but like in my mind, in my body, I don't think I was actually ready to like fully show up. And I was just saying that because I felt like, Fernanda, everyone's mad at you. Like, just say you're sorry and get it together. And it's like, in my heart, I didn't feel like I was ready to show up as that version of myself yet. But now at 24, I'm feeling like I'm trying to drink that water. I'm trying to get into it. Now I feel like I want to be the person that's showing up and posting and being more online and being okay with being seen. And again, you can't force anyone to do something. Everyone can try to get mad at me, or like even myself, I can try to be like, forcing this type of output. But if I don't want to do it, if my heart isn't into it, then it wasn't going to happen. But for 24, I'm like, I'm there, I'm ready, I'm excited. I have goals that I want to accomplish, and I feel so much more mentally stable and healthy, and just like, I'm feeling very confident. I'm feeling very ready. And I'm really somebody that like honors divine timing, and like I really do trust timing, and I think everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And when something doesn't feel ready, it doesn't feel like something I want to force. I really do feel like I live my life very in tune with my own like flow and cycles. And honestly, I really do lead my life through my intuition. So like if something doesn't feel right, it's just not the time yet. Versus now I'm like, I'm ready to bloom. I feel like a flower ready to open up, and I'm excited for all that is to come. So like, honestly, I hope even listening to this, you're feeling excited for 2026. You're feeling like it's the year of the horse. You're feeling like putting all those plans into action, and that all those seeds that you have planted along this past year actually come into fruition. We have like a month and a half left of the year, so there is still time to plant some seeds so that 2026 is a year that we will not forget. And I also want to say to you guys, if there is some type of content that you want to see before this year ends, let a girl know, because I would love to do that. I definitely have some Christmas-inspired episodes coming up, as well as some things that have been prevalent on my mind. And as for January, I kind of came up with like a whole posting plan. I really want to make a series on, all things to do with New Year, like all things to do with like becoming like the evolved woman version of yourself. And I feel like since that is something that I've really been trying to learn and like go through, I feel like I have a million things to say on that. So just be excited for the content. I'm going to say this for the last and final time. I apologize for not being so consistent. I am very thankful that you have been patient with me, and I've missed you guys so much. Just know that sometimes you're like, where's the podcast? Where's it coming back? This is something that I plan to do for a very long time. I plan to create content, to post content, to share myself online for as long as I can. So when there are dips in my posting, do not fear that I won't be coming back or that my content won't get better. I feel like genuinely posting is something that like brings me so much joy, and like I have so much joy in creating and like coming up with new ideas that like when I'm not posting, it's usually the back end part to the actual posting part. Like it's the inner work that actually shows up online, if that makes sense. Like, moral of the story is you don't have to worry about me not coming back, because this is my true passion, and I genuinely feel like I will be doing this for a very long time. So when there are dips, do not fear. I am excited to keep sharing with you. I also want to say, I don't necessarily want to talk about this because I want it to be like a surprise and like so fun, like, but I feel like something that's super big right now is about creators or founders or brand owners or whatever sharing their process. So I will not gatekeep from you guys. Another thing that has been very exciting is the fact that I have been wanting to come out with products for a better you for the longest time. Genuinely, I think I have been making this product for the past like 2 years, okay? There's this product. I don't want to give too many details, but there's something that I want to come out for Better You, because ideally I want a Better You to be a brand. I want it to be a movement. I want it to be a community. I want it to be a whole thing, right? When you make a product, it is so painful. First of all, you're investing a lot of money in it. You're investing a lot of time in it. You are going back and forth within meetings. You are trying to like plan logistics. You are trying to plan the creative aspects of it. I ended up traveling to Toronto to shoot content for it, to see the product in real life. And there was a lot of hiccups along the way. There was samples that I did not like. There was miscommunications with the team. There was miscommunications with the creative side. There is, planning the logistics. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize that creating something was this much effort. Like I really was just trying to like create a product, and it's like, oh wait, you actually have to like figure out how much things cost and how much you want to sell it for and what the launch strategy plan is and like all this kind of stuff, right? So when things kept getting to a halt and like I wasn't satisfied with the product and stuff, I would get like so unmotivated and just like annoyed, and I'm like, oh my God, it's over. Like I don't even feel like posting. I don't feel like filming. I don't feel like making it. And it has just been delay after delay after delay. But I think we're crossing our fingers that this product is finally ready, and it's probably going to come out in December. So I'm just giving you the tease now, but you guys will definitely hear more about this in episodes to come or on my social media pages. Again, my profile is Fernanda Ramirez, 2 A's my last name. I'm so excited. I think you guys are going to love it. I have put so much like effort, thought, and love into this project that like when it does come out, I feel like I will have the biggest like sigh of relief, and you guys will hopefully enjoy it so much and love it and like be so grateful to have it in your hands. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, but that is something else I've been working on. And yeah, I mean, what else has been going on? Halloween was so much fun. I spent it with my friends here. I was a cake and I was Cupid. And then for right after that, I went to the Dominican Republic with my friend. Also, not to like, I had a great trip the entire time. It was an amazing experience, but I may or may not have been bitten by bed bugs coming back home, whether that was on the plane or whether that was on the last day of the hotel. I don't know. My friend was staying in the same exact bed as me and she did not get this reaction. So I don't know if it was like a spider bite or like there was like a lot of rain going on. I don't know if it was like tropical bugs. I don't know what was going on, okay? But like I came back home, and again, my mindset is probably like, okay, I'm excited to get back into work. No. Like my body was all bitten. I had to worry about like how I'm gonna wash everything and like vacuum my bags. And then I got sick right after. Like my body has been kind of going through it this past year. So that wasn't ideal either. But yeah, other than that, my friend's birthday was this past week. All my friends are basically 24. We're going into December. I'm so excited for the Christmas season. It's literally, okay, let me tell you guys, it's literally 12:38 as I film this episode, but I think I'm going to leave it off here. I have my podcast set up like so around me, so I think I might film an episode tomorrow and really get into the actual topics that I want to talk about, but I really just wanted to post this out there just to give like a brain dump, a kind of like where I'm at, a kind of like, hello, I missed you guys, don't hate me. And just like a little verbal chat, because honestly, when you don't speak into a camera or a microphone in a long time, you kind of forget that that's something that you do. And I feel so at home here. Genuinely, I tried to film my podcast in my room the past, few times, and it just wasn't right. I need to be in front of this couch, in front of my TV, sitting on the floor. This is where I feel safe, and this is where I feel at home. And honestly, speaking into this microphone, I feel so like this is me. So anyways, that was such a long yap. I literally got lip blush today, which is like lip tattoo. So I'm like really hoping that the video podcast of this doesn't look like I look botched a little bit. It's so healing and like doing its thing. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed listening to this wherever you were listening to this. I hope this wasn't giving too much like I'm just talking about myself, but I really wanted to give an update on where I am and not feel like you guys don't deserve that. I kind of want to end this episode off by saying that I love you so much. Thank you for listening. I feel so connected to you when I'm posting. I'm here, and I hope you forgive me, and happy November, and I'll see you guys very soon. I love you.